Hi everyone, welcome to episode number 4 of our mindset series. Today we will explore a very important area, and I'll be sharing 5 of my experiences which can bring a change in the mindset towards our parents. Yes, I'm referring to our parents. It can be a very important area. My father had always been a role model in my life. I grow him, looking at him, the way he would manage different areas of his life, and I was totally in awe with it. He was my role model. He has been my role model throughout my life. During my post graduation, I had to stay away from him for a couple of years, and when I came back, I started looking at various mistakes that he would commit. I would find so many flaws in his processes, and I would end up giving him lots of feedback that this is not right, that is not right, you should do it in this particular way. And over a period of time, the differences grew, and we started having lots and lots of arguments. He was the same person, but I started finding a lot of flaws which were probably not necessary. But as a result of that, lots of arguments. Not even a week would pass by where we would have heated arguments. Heated arguments, and once you have a heated argument, another 3 days follows where you are expressing the sulk, where you're expressing that something went wrong, and that continued. And it reached a peak where I started looking for options that, hey, now we should separate. I should find out a different city or a different space because we simply can't stay together. Thanks to Pranic Healing, good that I entered into Pranic Healing and things changed. But there are 5 areas or 5 major incidents that actually brought these changes in my life. The very first one is the speech of Gaur Gopal Das, where he said in Hindi कि पेरेंट्स जो होते हैं वो पूजनीय होते हैं, उनमें आप परफेक्शन मत ढूंढिए. And that sentence really hit me hard because I was looking for perfection in them, and since they were not perfect, I would not like. Now this is something called a transactional mindset. You are good, that is the reason I like. You're not good, so I will not like. I mean, this also reminds me of the dialogue in Three Idiots, where he says that the guy looks some benefit by getting married to you, and that is the reason he's interested in you. He's not interested in you. So my parents, when I started looking from this angle, it changed. Couple of more events that changed the entire thing. The second incident happened when I was with my friend. We used to study a book together. There was a big group, and I happened to ask my friend कि आपके पापा आपके साथ रहते हैं क्या? And he replied, he first of all refused, saying कि नहीं, मैं अपने पापा के साथ रहता हूँ. The answer is same. When you say that I stay with my father or my father stays with me, the meaning does not change. But actually everything changes. Whom are you giving more importance to? And who is more important in your life? How much value they have added in your life? How do you consider them? How much gratitude do you have towards them? I think all those things bring a little shift in the way you express. The third incident was in Sri Lanka. I was out with my company colleagues, and we were on a beach. One of my friends, he was sitting with me, and he asked me, do you have your parents alive? क्या आपके मम्मी पापा अभी जिंदा हैं? I said yes. And he asked me, are they staying with you? I said yes. And then again I got reminded that, hey, the other person said, no, they don't stay with me, I stay with them. So I told him, I corrected him, I stay with them. And then he was like, he became little emotional, and he said, last year I lost my father, and my father has been very dear to me. And every day when I'm back home, I would sit with them for at least 1 hour and watch anything that they like. If they like to watch any serial or any particular movie, he would spend 1 hour. And at the end of the conversation, he said, if you have parents in the physical body, make sure you spend time with them every day. I was spending time. I mean, by then my relationship had improved. But I was not spending 1 hour. I was not even spending 15 minutes. I would just say hi, hello. And I think that's all. Maybe once a week, I would spend little time, but then 1 hour, I can't even think of. 15 minutes, I can't even think of. And that too for an activity which they prefer, they would enjoy. This brought a huge shift. Another incident that happened, I was at my friend's place once, and I stayed overnight. This friend of mine, he stays with his mother. Next day morning, I mean, he works in a company at a very very senior position. So logically, he's good. He's very analytical. I don't think he would have superstitious ideas, but I see him discussing something in the news which is connected to Rashifal, right? So he is discussing all of that, and he's also predicting this can happen, that can happen. I know he does not believe in all of that, but he's doing it because his mother enjoys it. He's just giving a company. This is very similar to you spending time with your kids and playing a game which you know does not make any difference to you, but then just for the sake of the joy of the other person, you're giving a company wholeheartedly. Now, these two incidents actually triggered something called I should be spending more time in the areas where my parents enjoy. The fifth incident is even more powerful. I have a friend in my building, not exactly a friend, but a spiritual friend, you can say. He's very senior to me. He would be like 5 to 8 years elder to me. I always see him smiling. I know his father at that point of time had been struggling with the kidney disease. They had to take him for dialysis almost every second day. So one day when I was returning to my building, I saw this guy along with his sister. This guy always wears a smile. He's always smiling. But the sister was crying. And I looked at him and I asked him, hey, what happened? So he said, my father was hospitalized and the doctor finally said, you take him home. There is nothing left. So a few hours maybe, and that's all. And he said, हम सब लोग गए और हम तीनों बेटे, दो बेटे और एक बेटी, तीनों लोग वहाँ गए और हमने पापा के सामने हाथ जोड़ा और उनको कहा कि पापा आपने हमारे लिए बहुत कुछ किया है, वी आर रियली प्राउड, आपने हमारे लिए जो कुछ भी किया है, कंप्लेन तो डेफिनेटली नहीं है, मगर आपके लिए बहुत सारा ग्रैटिट्यूड है. When I heard this, I told this to myself, I don't want to wait for that last day to tell my parent that you have done a great job in my life. I decided I'm going to go and express this today. Another thing that happened in my life, and I wish it does not happen in anybody else's life. I wish nobody waits for this point. I remember this was a Sunday. At that time I used to go to my office on Sunday also. I was leaving for the office and I had a nasty argument with my father. I went to the office, I got engrossed in my work, could not remember anything. When I was coming back, I think it was around 2:30. We usually take lunch at around 1:30. It was 2:30. I was late. And I was thinking the way I spoke to my father was not right. I can go and apologize. I went home. I had my lunch. After having lunch, I saw, I was looking for my father, but I saw that he was sleeping at that point of time. So I went into the room. I thought I would take a break and maybe during the tea, I'll have a conversation about this. And no need to say any sorry. I can only have a conversation and that will ensure that things are normal. When I entered my room, I saw a small letter. It was on my television. And the letter said, Dear Gautam, I'm very proud of you. You are an amazing son. The way I spoke to you, I feel sorry. I'm really sorry I have hurt you. I should not have spoken in that manner. The ego that I was fighting with died. It simply shattered. That I kept on waiting that whether I should approach or he would approach, but that person, my father, comes back in the form of writing a letter and gives it to me. So I don't think, like I mentioned, it should happen to anybody. Like, we should be the first one to go and acknowledge, not just apologize, but acknowledge that how important you are in our life. So, by all these five incidents, what I realized is that the kind of gratitude I have towards my parents changed completely. The way I look at them, they are the same person, the contribution is still the same, but my perception is not the same. My mindset is not the same. It has changed completely. I constantly now look for opportunities, how I can do something for them, how can I be of any help to them, or how can I express my gratitude. Every day I would ask this question, I intend to ask this question, that hey, how can I express my love, respect, and gratitude to them? And not just here, the second point is that I would like to extend this concept to everybody else around me. Through my parents, if I see God in them, I should be able to see the reflection of God in every family member of mine. When I say family member, yes, of course, I would like to start with my immediate family, my biological family, and then slowly and gradually, the same concept will get expanded to my society, my community, my city, my state, my country, and the whole world. Somewhere we will have to reach there. And that is what I have learned from my guru, Master Choa Kok Sui, who has given a wonderful vision of creating heaven on earth. I am experiencing heaven on earth, and I shared one of the glimpses to you. I hope this mindset helps you. Let me know how it helped you. Let me also know how your relationship with your parents will be different. I'll be eager to know that. See you in the next video.